हरे कृष्ण ही नाही, ग्रीन वागणं चाहिए खाली, बघ तिकडे मडरूम मध्ये बघू, मडरूम मध्ये किंवा कुठेतरी, हा तिकडे असं खालीच कुठेतरी आहे, नाही तुमच्या बेडरूम मध्ये बघ. हरे कृष्ण ही नाही, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, मडरूम मध्ये बघ, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, असं खालीच कुठेतरी, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे. Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Thank you very much for your patience and your kind association. I apologize for the delay. Let us begin our study of Srīmad Bhāgavatam in this Bhakti Vaibhava course. Let us begin with Mangalacharan prayers. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamin iti namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shrivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Let us do the verses for this module. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Etavan Sankhya Yogabhyam Swadharma Parinishthaya Janmalabha Parapumsam Ante Narayana Smritihi. Akama Sarvakamo Va Mokshakama Udaradhi Tivrena Bhakti Yogena Yajeta Purusham Param. Aham eva samevagre nanyad yat sat asat param paschadaham yadetacha yo vashishyeta sosmyaham. Rityartham yat pratiyeta na pratiyeta chatmani tad vidyadatmano mayam yatha bhaso yatha tamaha yatha mahanti bhutani bhuteshu chavacheshu anu pravishtana pravishtani तथा तेषु न तेषु अहम् एतावत् एव जिज्ञास्यम् तत्त्वजिज्ञासुनात्मनः अन्वय व्यतिरेकाभ्यां यत् स्यात् सर्वत्र सर्वदा अत्र सर्गो विसर्गश्च स्थानं पोषणमूतयः मन्वन्तरेशानुकथा निरोधो मुक्तिराश्रयः. हरे कृष्णा Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. Dear devotees, we are reading from Granthara Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 2, Chapter 5, text 12 onwards. This chapter is entitled The Cause of All Causes. In this fifth chapter, Sri Shukdev Goswami is responding to the question of Maharaj Parikshit. What was the question of Maharaj Parikshit? Raise your hand. Yes. Nitya Lila Gaurangi Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. It was about the creation, how the creation happened.
Exactly. That was the question of Maharaj Parikshit. And how does Shukdev Goswami begin to reply? Who can tell? Yes, Shamchandra Prabhu.
Yes, Sukdev Goswami remembers the conversation between Narada and Brahmaji, and he quotes exactly the same thing whatever Brahmaji told Narada.
Very
about
nice.
Brahmaji not being the supreme controller, and out of ignorance people are thinking he's supreme controller, etc., etc.
Correct. So when Shukdev Goswami had asked a question, he's citing the conversation between the previous acharyas. And that is how spiritual life works. We are Uchishta Bhogi. We are simply eating remnants of our predecessor acharyas. So, text 12, Shri Brahmaji is offering these prayers when he is questioned by Narad Muni. Tasmai namo bhagavate vasudevaya dhimahi yanmayaya durjayaya mama vivadanti jagrum. Brahmaji is saying, I offer my respectful obeisances and meditate upon Lord Krishna. Tasmai namo bhagavate vasudevaya dhimahi. Dhimahi means to meditate upon. Dhyan lagana. I meditate upon Lord Vasudev, the personality of Godhead. Bhagavate means personality of Godhead. Shad Aishwarya Purna Bhagavan, whose invisible potency, Yan Mayaya, influences the less intelligent people to call me the Supreme Controller. In other words, Lord Brahma is saying that people who are deluded by my illusory potency consider me to be the Supreme. They are not able to understand Bhagavan. Purport by our beloved founder Acharya, Nitya Lila Pravishta Om Vishnupad Shri Srīmad Abhay Charana Arvinda Bhakti Vedanta Swami Maharaj Prabhupada Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. I offer my obeisances and meditate upon Lord Krishna Vasudev. So, in the purport, Srila Prabhupada says, as will be more clearly explained in the next verse, the illusory potency of Lord Krishna bewilders the less intelligent to accept Brahmaji, or for that matter any other person, as the Supreme Lord. Brahmaji, however, refuses to be called this, and he directly offers his respectful obeisances unto Lord Vasudev. So people are calling Lord Brahma the Supreme Lord, but Lord Brahma is not accepting. A bogus guru will accept, or will keep quiet at least. That is bogus. A genuine guru will speak the truth, that no, don't call me Bhagavan, I am not Bhagavan. Jiva Swarup hai Krishna Nitya Das. So Brahmaji is saying that the Maya Shakti, illusory potency of Krishna, bewilders the less intelligent. And they accept Brahmaji as the Supreme Lord, or they may accept other demigods as the Supreme. They may consider Ganeshji as the Supreme. They may consider Shivji as the Supreme. So, Antavattu phalam tesham tadbhavatya alpamedhasam. Yanti devavarta devan madbhakta yanti mamapi. So, antavattu phalam tesham tad alpamedhasam. What is it after that? Antavattu phalam tesham tadbhavat alpamedhasam. Yanti, anybody can help me? Raise your hand. Yes, Nityalila Gaurangi Mataji.
Antavattu phalam tesham tadbhavatyalpamedasham devan devayajo yanti madbhakta yanti mamapi.
Thank you so much. I was forgetting. Thank you. So Krishna is saying that the worshippers of demigods will go to the demigods, and my worshippers will come to me. Mad bhakta yanti mamapi. My devotees will but come to me. And antattu phalesham. The fruits given by the demigods are antavat. They are temporary. Antattu phalam tesham tad bhavat alpamedasham. Therefore, those who are alpamedasam, those who are less intelligent, they will worship the demigods for temporary benefits. And what do people who are sumedasam do? Here, alpamedasam. Opposite is sumedasam. What they will do? Yadne sankirtana prayarjanti. Sumeda. They will worship Mahaprabhu with sankirtan yadna. Devotees like Sripada Indra Prabhu. But Brahmaji is saying, I am not God. But let me tell you who is God. God is one upon whom I meditate. Vasudeva. Tasmai namo bhagavate vasudevaya dhimahi. And Brahmaji has famously said, Ishvara Parama Krishna, Satchidananda Vigraha, Anadira Adir Govinda, Sarva Karana Karanam. Srila Prabhupada is quoting that it is Brahmaji who offered this prayer, very clearly declaring Krishna is Bhagavan. In the last paragraph, Srila Prabhupada writes, second sentence, a responsible personality like Brahmaji refuses to be addressed as a Supreme Lord by his disciples or subordinate. This is a Sadguru. He doesn't want to be glorified as Bhagavan. But foolish persons praised by men of the nature of dogs, hogs, camels, and asses feel flattered to be addressed as God. Those people who are like dogs, hogs, camels, and asses, we have read that verse. In the purport, Srila Prabhupada explained the quality of each animal. They very much feel flattered. They feel very happy when they are glorified. One of the signs or symptoms that one can know that one is making spiritual advancement is when we are praised, we don't feel happy about it. We don't feel happy about it. When we are praised, we transfer the praise to Krishna, to Guru Maharaj. This is all because of Guru Gauranga, not because of me. But when someone praises us and we feel happy about it, we feel elated, that is a sign that we are not amanina. Clear? Amanina. Mahaprabhu said we should not be affected by respect. Na dhanam, na janam. What happens when we are praised? We collect followers. Kavitam va jagadisha kamaya. We don't even want to be known as a very learned person. We are usually praised for our learning. So this is a deep science. This we have to introspect within. How we feel when we are praised and how we feel when we are criticized. If we feel agitated when we are criticized, we are not very advanced. If we feel happy when we are praised, we are not very advanced. A devotee who is making advancement loves Guru, loves the Acharyas, loves all the devotees. So feels very happy when they are glorified. A person who is not very deep within seeks sustenance and nourishment from personal appreciation, personal glorification, personally being respected. They need that because the relationship with Krishna and Guru Maharaj is not very strong. But someone who is absorbed in seva, like Hanumanji, he doesn't care about Mainak Parvat, who is offering respect. He is mission. His Grace Radha Gopinath Prabhu said something very wonderful once during one of the Brahmotsav classes in Shri Shri Radha Gopinath Mandir. He said that in Bhaktivedanta manor in England, they have a system of devotee care. And they have realized that different devotees, they need different type of care. For example, someone who has just joined a Bhakti Vriksha, the care that they need will be different from someone who has been in the movement for 10 years, someone who is initiated, correct? Their needs are different. So they have identified 5 levels of care that different devotees need as part of the devotee care. So this, I may forget because I had heard this lecture many, many years ago. So Radha Gopinath said the first level is, who are the Hare Krishnas? People who say, who are the Hare Krishnas? They don't know about Krishna consciousness philosophy. They don't know the 7 purposes of ISKCON. They don't know the regulative principles. They don't know about 16 rounds. So they are just curious. Who are these people with tilak and dhotis and saris, singing on the streets, distributing books? So who are the Hare Krishnas? That is the first level. And they need a certain level of care. Second level of devotees are, I like the Hare Krishnas. They are partially introduced. Thoda bahut pata hai, they have come for Janmashtami once or twice. They have got those who have come for the first time, raise your hand, wala gift. Some little bit they have got a Back to Godhead magazine. And they may have some friends also, some colleagues who have become devotees. So they have little good experience. Hi, I know those Hare Krishnas. I have a couple of friends who are devotees. They are nice people. So I like the Hare Krishnas. They are not involved. They are not chanting. They are not donating. They are not attending satsang. They don't read Prabhupada's books. But general, they say Hari Bol from a distance, like that. Janmashtami they will come once a year. Rath Yatra they will come maybe. Take some selfies in front of the Rath, and that's it. That's how far their bhakti goes. But they are favorable. I like Hare Krishna. Second level. Third level is, I am a Hare Krishna. Now they are convinced about the philosophy, and they will say Hare Krishna on the phone. When they answer the phone, they will say Hare Krishna. They will not be ashamed to say Hare Krishna. They will not be ashamed to say that, Arey, today is Sunday, I have to go for Sunday feast. Our whole family goes for Sunday feast. Now they are not so shy. They will not even be shy to ask for donations on Janmashtami to their colleagues. They will not be shy to distribute a few books also. And they will attend satsangs. So now they are identifying themselves as Hare Krishna. So he says, I am a Hare Krishna. Third level. Fourth level is, I love Hare Krishna. Now everything else is gone. Material friends, material parties, eating here, going, all those things are gone now. Now they have taken initiation. Now they go for yatras. Now they attend regular satsang. Now they have taken responsibility in ISKCON. They may have some role. They may have some service. They are initiated. So I love Hare Krishna. Now they are into it. They are into Krishna consciousness. I love Hare Krishna. Now they will avoid non-devotees. Now they will cultivate nice relationships with devotees. They will do Bhakti Shastri. They will do Bhakti Vaibhava. I love Hare Krishna. That is the fourth level. These devotees need a different type of care. Now, if someone has done Bhakti Shastri, if facility is not given to do Bhakti Vaibhava, are we taking care of the needs of the fourth level devotee who says, I love Hare Krishna? No, they want to go deeper. So we have to give certain care, make certain arrangements, certain facilities. Now, such a devotee comes in town, we have to give accommodation, because such a devotee will not like to stay in a hotel, because they don't eat outside food. They don't like to sleep on other people's beds. They are trying to follow pure life. Sthan dosh, anna dosh, sangha dosh. So they need a certain type of care. Now, someone who are the Hare Krishnas, they come in town. We don't have to arrange. No, 3 times a day you must take prasad. Don't eat outside food, Baba. What are you talking? You will eat in restaurant. No, we are there na. We will cook. Hare Krishnas will cook for you. Don't eat out. It will be too much, because even in the home they are ordering food, DoorDash. So their level of care they need is different. So fourth level is, I love Hare Krishnas. Fifth level, my mission is Hare Krishna. Now there is nothing in their life. They are mission driven. They are mad. They are literally mad now. They will do anything for Krishna. They will do anything for Prabhupada. My mission is Hare Krishna. There is nothing else in their, examine their life. There is nothing else. Kuch nahi hai. Dusra. They are just completely absorbed in Krishna consciousness. They also need a certain type of care where their needs are fulfilled. They also need nourishment. So in this way, there are 5 different levels of care. I don't know why I said all this. I forgot. I was reading why such persons take pleasure in being addressed as God, or why such persons are addressed as God by foolish admirers is explained in the following verse. So people who are like hogs, camels, dogs, asses, they flatter people and people feel good about it. But a genuine guru will not accept such appreciation. They only want Krishna's glorification, because their mission is to spread Krishna consciousness. They are in the 5th level. So text 13. Vilajjamanaya asyasya sthatum iksha pathe muya vimohita vikathante mamaham iti durdhiyaha. The illusory energy of Lord Krishna cannot take precedence, being ashamed of her position. But those who are bewildered by her talk always talk nonsense, being absorbed in thoughts of it is I or it is mine. So those who are stuck in ahamta and mamata, I-ness and minus, they are to be considered vimohita. They are to be considered bewildered. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. The invincibly powerful deluding energy of the personality of God, or the third energy representing nescience, can bewilder the entire world of animation. But still, she is not enough to be able to stand in front of the Supreme Lord. Conditioned souls are bewildered by Maya, but Maya cannot affect Krishna. Krishna Surya Sama, Maya hai andhakar, jahan Krishna taha nahi Maya ra adhikar. Maya cannot stand in front of the Supreme Lord, Prabhupada writes. Nescience or ignorance is behind the personality of Godhead. Where Maya is powerful enough to mislead the living beings, the Jivas, and the primary symptom of a Baddha Jiva, a bewildered person, is they talk nonsense. So we can also dress very nice, appear very nice with nice big tilak, big kanthi. But as it is said, you can identify a fool when the person starts speaking. And you can understand a great devotee when a great devotee starts speaking. Can you give me some example from Srīmad Bhāgavatam? As soon as the person starts speaking, one can understand this is Mahabhagavat. Yes, Narahari Dev Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, the example of Jada Bharat when he started speaking.
Absolutely. Absolutely. He appeared like a mentally retarded or mentally underdeveloped person. But the moment he started speaking, Maharaj Rahugana understood that looks can be bewildering. This fellow is a self-realized Mahabhagavat. And I was asking him to carry my palanquin. Immediately comes on and offers pranam. Gurudev, Shishyaste ham, sadhimam fam prapan. So a person's spiritual advancement can be understood by their speech and their behavior. Nonsense talk is, it is I, it is mine. This I-ness, minus false ego, self-aggrandizement, trying to attract attention towards oneself, trying to attract respect from others, it is a sign of nonsense. A godless civilization is exclusively conducted by such false ideas. In the material world, just pick up any CV and see. Pick up any resume or any CV and see the mood. It is exactly this. Vimohita, INS minus. I have done this, I have done that. Even when they, in the interview, they ask, can you tell us some weakness of yours? Tell us some weakness. Tell us one strength and one weakness. So we will say, we are trained to speak like this. I was trained like this. When I go for residency interviews, they will ask you, tell us one strength and one weakness of yours. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. My strength is that all my colleagues say that I'm just so competent. I'm such a team player. I get along with everyone. They love to work with me. My patients love me. So that is my strength. So they said one strength. I told them 4 or 5 strengths in one. Then, okay, tell us one weakness. Well, my wife feels I'm just too committed to my work and I just overwork. I'm too much absorbed in my work. So that's what my family complains. So I'm telling a drawback, but in a way that my boss will love. Apurva amrita dahar bahe tara mukh. He'll say, wow, what nectar. Keep speaking, keep speaking. I want such a person only who will be a slave to my company. So this is how we are trained in the material world. Self-promotion. But my dear friends, spiritual life, we have to understand, is just the opposite. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has said, Dinera adhika daya kare Bhagavan. Pandita kulina dhani bada abhiman. We have to, there is no way around Trinadapi Sunichena, Tarorapi Sahishnava. We have to become humble. When our Hanumanji was challenged by, was it Simhika or Surasi? I think Simhika was the one who caught the shadow, no? Surasi was the one who became bigger and bigger, opened the mouth, and Hanumanji entered and came out. Vidyavan Guniyati Chatur, Rama Kaj Karibe Ko Atur. Became very small. Went inside, came out. Okay, Brahmaji ka Vardhan tha that whoever you decide to eat has to enter your mouth. I entered your mouth. But I came out also. Now please let me go. I have to do Ram Seva. I have to do my mission. So Hanumanji is teaching us that we have to become Dainya. We have to become humble. Otherwise, there is no way ahead. If we have faith in our ability, if we think we are very great, then we are by ourselves. But if we think that I am incompetent, I am hopeless, I am helpless, and my only shelter is Krishna, Rakshish iti Vishwaso, or Goptritve Varan. If we think Krishna is my maintainer, Krishna Krishna Rakshamam, Krishna Krishna Pahimam. If that is the attitude that Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu taught us, then Merobal Shri Vrindavan Rani. Then our strength is Krishna and Radharani. But if we think I can do this, then who is our strength? This infinitesimal Jiva. What can it do? It's only Ahankar. So best Prabhupada says there are 2 types of ways to climb a tree. The cat, kitten, and the little one of the monkey. Who is better? Raise your hand. So mother and daughter will answer which way is better for the child. Yes.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. The kitten and the cat is better because the kitten has to just say meow and the cat will take it wherever it goes. But the monkey baby has to himself go and catch the mother. So it is not better. Hare Krishna.
Very nice. Very nice. the devotee just has to say Hare Krishna, and then Krishna is there, Radharani is there. Just like the kitten just says meow, and the mother cat comes and carries the child. Yogakshemam Vahamyam. Krishna will carry. So like that. Godless civilization has all these false ideas that I am the doer, I can do it. It's all about me. Text 14. Dravyam karma cha kalascha swabhavo jiva eva cha vasudevat paro brahman nachanyarthosti tatvatah. The 5 elementary ingredients of creation, the interaction thereof, set up by eternal time, and the intuition or nature of the individual living beings are all differentiated parts and parcels of the Supreme Personality of Godhead Vasudeva. And in truth, there is no other value in them. Anything that has a connection with Krishna has value. All these material elements, Bhumi, Rapo, Nalo, Vayu, they are all Bhinna Prakriti, Krishna's own separate energy. Prabhupada said this is all confirmed in the Bhagavad Gita, 7th chapter, verses 4 and 5. The ingredients, namely earth, water, fire, air, and sky, as well as the conception of material identity. What is conception of material identity? Quickly raise your hand. What is the word for that? Are? Someone who has not answered. Sharanagat Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam. Is it ego?
Yes, false ego, ahankar. Very
False
good.
ego.
So, Prabhupada is saying that including ahankar, intelligence and mind, mano, buddhir, ahankar, these three are also part of the external energy of Lord Krishna. Bhinna Prakriti Ashtada. The living entity who enjoys the interaction of the above gross and subtle ingredients as set up by eternal time is an offshoot of internal potency, with freedom to remain either in the material world or in the spiritual world. Okay, now listen carefully. I'm going to read the sentence again. I want one of you to explain. This is a golden purport. We are going to read every sentence. Very beautiful. Listen carefully. Entire Siddhanta of our Vaishnava philosophy, the Shat Sandarbhas, Jaiva Dharma, is explained by Srila Prabhupada in simple English. Listen, please. The living entity who enjoys the interaction of the 5 gross and 3 subtle ingredients as set up by eternal time is an offshoot of internal potency, with freedom to remain either in the material world or in the spiritual world. Quickly raise your hand if you can answer this. What is Prabhupada saying? Yes, Sarojanandini Mataji, please explain to us in simple language what Srila Prabhupada is saying here. Deepest Siddhanta, which is there in Bengali and Sanskrit, Srila Prabhupada has written in such simple English that anyone who has even no knowledge of Sanskrit or Bengali simply reads this. That person who reads this English and understands this simple English will understand the deepest Siddhantas that are hidden in the Shastra, in Sanskrit and Bengali language. This is Srila Prabhupada's genius. Deepest philosophy, Srila Prabhupada has given very simple forms. My Guru Maharaj was saying, Srila Radhanath Swami was saying, this is very beautiful. Please listen carefully. Maharaj said that when Prabhupada's books were coming out, Maharaj would read them every day 2-3 hours in New Vrindavan as Pujari. In between Aarti, between offerings, he would be very sleepy also, but he would stand up and read. So Maharaj finished all Prabhupada's books multiple times reading. Nectar of Instruction, Teachings of Lord Chaitanya, Nectar of Devotion, Bhagavad Gita, Chaitanya Charitamrita, entire Srīmad Bhāgavatam, multiple times Maharaj read. And then later on when Maharaj left and then came to Mumbai, Maharaj said every few years, some devotee would come to me and gift me a book. That Maharaj, Gopi Prandan Prabhu has finished translation of Tattva Sandarbha. Here is a gift. Take Tattva Sandarbha. Maharaj, our Prabhupada's disciple has finished translation of Sri Chaitanya Shikshamrit. Here, take this. Jaiva Dharma, take this. And Maharaj said, I have all this collection. One book rack is books by other devotees, and one book rack is all Prabhupada's books. Maharaj said, I don't understand Hindi and Bengali. I only understand English, and my Guru Maharaj Srila Prabhupada mercifully gave in the most commonly utilized language, English. Maharaj said, but what really struck me when I started studying Tattva Sandarbha is that I already know this. Oh, I already know this. I already know this. How? Because of Srila Prabhupada's purport. Srila Prabhupada has given the essential things, essential philosophical points in the purport. So now, Sarojanandini Mataji will explain such a deep philosophy, which many times spiritualists will not understand, is in this one sentence that we just now read. So Mataji, all focus is on you. Everybody is listening to you. Your YouTube live, this is being recorded. Shri Sarojanandini Devi Dasi Uvacha. Ya kya bolte hai? I don't know Sanskrit in present tense, whatever it says. Please speak.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, Dhanavad Pranam. I will just try my best to explain.
Yes.
The point here that Srila Prabhupada is, when he has used this word offshoot of internal potency, he's trying to say that the living entity is originally an amsha of the Supreme Lord, Mamaiva Amsha. But he has this freedom to either remain in the material world or in the spiritual world. And it is just when he comes into the material world, he enjoys the interaction of the gross and subtle ingredients. So he can always, he's in the marginal energy, he can always choose to go either to the upper level or he can remain in the material level itself.
Very nice. Very well explained, Mataji. Congratulations. Very nice. Now see, in the purport, Srila Prabhupada is saying, let's read the first line. Please listen carefully. This phenomenal world is impersonally the representation of Vasudeva, because the ingredients of its creation, their interaction, and the enjoyer of the resultant action, which is the living being, are all produced by the external and internal energies of Krishna. So in simple words, this whole cosmic world, the whole spiritual world, all the living entities, they are a product of Krishna's internal or external energy. So Narahari Dev Prabhu will nod, so I will understand that everybody is understanding. Okay? So far clear, Prabhuji? Everything that exists is coming from Krishna. Aham sarvasya prabhavaha mata sarvam pravartate. Everything is coming from me. Now, either through the external energy or internal energy. Prabhupada writes. Correct? Okay. So what is the obvious question? If someone says, everything that is to be experienced, everything that exists is either a product of the internal energy or external energy. What is the next question immediately that comes? Yes, Prabhu, Narahari Prabhu.
What is the proof? Or
well, the proof is that Krishna is saying. Krishna is saying that is a proof. But what is the next question? So everything that exists is either a product of internal energy or external energy. So what is the next question? Shama Vallavi Mataji.
Krishna Prabhuji, Dhanavad Pranam. Then next question is, what about Jiva? Whether it belongs to the energy.
What about Jiva? What about the Jiva? Baddha Jiva? That Prabhupada answering. But Narahari Dev Prabhu, you are very good. Your point was very nice. What is the proof? Proof is that you only gave. That Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita. Mama Amcha Jiva Loka Jiva. Shama Vallavi Mataji, very good. The next question is, but what about us? We are Jivas. We are neither internal nor external. Hum kya hai? Hum kaun hai? Okay. Prabhupada is reading our minds. Now listen carefully. This is confirmed in Bhagavad Gita. That Bhumir apo nalo vayur kham mana buddhi evacha ahankar ityame bhinna prakriti ashta. Bhinna prakriti means external energy. So these 8 ingredients are external. The living entity, which is Shama Vallavi Matari's question. What about us? The living entity who enjoys the interaction of the above gross and subtle elements. अर्थात जीव जो इस भौतिक जगत में भोग करता है, कृष्ण भूलिया जीव भोग वांछा करे, निकटस्थ माया तारे झापटिया धरे. So we want to enjoy in this world, and these gross and subtle ingredients are activated by Kal, correct? Kal and the three gunas. That is how creation takes place in the Mahat Tattva. The ingredients are there as Pradhan, and then when Kal and the three gunas and the Jivas are impregnated, then this whole Shrishti takes place, and we become busy in enjoying the worlds through the three modes of material nature with the help of time. Dekho? That is our entire existence. Kal, three modes of material nature, and these eight ingredients. And we Jivas, we are just completely engrossed. We cannot think outside this box, outside this Brahmanda. Prabhupada is saying, so this living entity who is enjoying thus in this Brahmanda is an offshoot of internal potency. अरे क्या सिद्धांत प्रभुपाद जी लिख रहे हैं यहाँ पे. It is चमत्कार what Prabhupada is speaking here. चमत्कार. देखो, please listen carefully. There are three energies, Shyamchandra Prabhu, three energies: external, internal, marginal. अंतरंगा शक्ति, बहिरंगा शक्ति, तटस्थ शक्ति. We are who? तटस्थ शक्ति. ठीक है. Now the question is, तटस्थ शक्ति, अंतरंगा शक्ति, बहिरंगा शक्ति. तटस्थ शक्ति मतलब तट पे है. But who do we owe our loyalty to? देखो, अगर कोई भारतीय है, वो 2 साल से यहाँ पे नौकरी कर रहा है अमेरिका में, तो ठीक है, कभी वो समर हॉलिडेज में इंडिया आता है, कभी कार्तिक के लिए इंडिया आता है, 10-11 महीने साल में यूएसए में रहता है. अच्छा, बट इफ यू आस्क कि इसका हार्ट किधर है, ये वेयर डज ही ओ हिज लॉयल्टी? अगर नेशनल एंथम पूछेंगे तो इसको यूएसए का नेशनल एंथम पता है कि जन गण मन निकलेगा, वंदे मातरम निकलेगा. क्या निकलेगा? वंदे मातरम निकलेगा ना. क्यों? क्योंकि बच्चा भारत का है, ये इसकी पैदाइश भारत में है. करेक्ट? Prabhupada is saying brilliant point. Prabhupada is saying this living entity, this Jiva, Baddha Jiva who is enjoying in this material world is an offshoot of internal potency. So we are Tatastha, but if you analyze, we belong to the internal potency. External potency is naimittic. It is circumstantial कि अभी यहाँ पे नौकरी करने को आया है यूएसए में वीजा पे, ये circumstantial है, पर हृदय इंडिया में है, ऐसा. So the Tatastha, now listen to this. Tatastha Shakti is an offshoot of internal potency. If I say Tatastha Shakti is an offshoot of marginal potency, पूरा सिद्धांत change हो गया. Then we have to go to marginal potency. Then this material world is our home. But Prabhupada is saying the marginal potency, हम Jiva, Baddha Jiva, is an offshoot of which? Internal or external? Internal. That is why it is our nature to be happy. That is why it is our nature to be eternally happy. Because this permanency and happiness is a quality of the spiritual world. Sat, Chit, Ananda, Vishuddha Sattva, Jagat. Whereas this is Anitya, Asukham, Lokam. समझ में आ रहा है? This is Dukkhalaya and Ashashvatam. This is Sukhalaya and Shashvat. Because marginal potency in its ghatana, in its constitution, is an offshoot of the internal potency. That is where we have to go, not here. Either abhi circumstantially naimittic phase hai, but we have to go here because we are the marginal potency is an offshoot not of the Bahiranga Shakti, but of the Antaranga Shakti. We belong to Sri Radha. Therefore, Daivi Prakriti Ashrita, not Bahiranga Shakti Ashrita. Understand? Prabhupada is saying this. This Jiva is an offshoot of the internal potency. So then what is the next question? Okay, we are marginal potency is coming from internal potency, not external potency. So marginal potency is coming from internal potency, then why we are in the material world? Correct? If we are an offshoot of Antaranga Shakti, Chit Shakti, why we are in the Achit Jagat? Prabhupada is saying, because of freedom. Remember a few sessions ago, Mridula Mataji had asked a question. You remember, Mataji? Then why we are in this world? Correct? So Prabhupada is answering, because the Jiva has the freedom. We are Tatastha and we are coming from the internal potency only. We are offshoot of the internal potency. But we are such an offshoot that we have the, because we are on the Tata, we have the option of, with freedom to remain either in the material world or in the spiritual world. This freedom we have. And by misuse of all this freedom, we have come to the external world. By the mercy of Guru who comes from the Chit Shakti, we can go back. And that is where we belong. That is our natural way. In the material world, please listen carefully. In the material world, the living entity is enticed by deluding nescience, means bewildering ignorance. But in the spiritual world, he is in the normal condition of spiritual existence without any delusion. ये simple English के sentence में शिला प्रभुपाद जी ने क्या सिखाया? क्षरा अक्षरा 15th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. और नित्य सिद्ध और बद्ध जीव का क्या भेद है, क्या डिफरेंस है? One simple sentence provides. In the material world, means Baddha Jeev, the living entity is enticed by deluding nescience. He thinks this will make me happy. This sense gratification will make me happy. Bhoga vancha kare. Krishna bahirmukh jeev bhoga vancha kare. Krishna sammukh jeev seva vancha kare. Mora abhilash vilas kunje diyovas. That is when we are mukta jeev. But in the spiritual world, he is in the normal condition. Means he is in the situated in the swarup. Apne swarup mein sthit hota hai jeev. And what is the swarup? What is the normal condition? Spiritual existence without any delusion. Any delusion means nashtamaha smritir labdha. Tat prasadatmaya achyuta. That is a without delusion. Delusion means we are conditioned. Karpanya dosha means we are conditioned. See the difference. The living entity, now listen, the living entity is known as marginal potency of Krishna. But in all circumstances, neither the material ingredients, Maya Dhakshena, nor the spiritual parts and parcels are independent of the personality of Godhead, Vasudeva. For all things, whether products of external energy, internal energy, or marginal potency, which is an offshoot of internal potency of Lord, they are all, whatever it is, all three are simply displays of the same effulgence of Lord Krishna. They are Aham Sarvasya Prabhava. Everything is coming from Krishna only. Marginal, internal, external, everything. 15th chapter Bhagavad Gita, what are we reading every day? What Siddhanta we are reading? That whether we are Kshara, whether we are Akshara. Purushottam kaun hai? Dono se pare hai. Hai na? He is the Lord of the Nitya Siddhas and he is the Lord of the Baddha Jiva also. That is the same Siddhanta Prabhupada is saying here. Now Prabhupada will give brilliant example. So whether it is external energy, marginal energy or internal energy, they are all potencies of Krishna. Parasya Shaktir Vividhaiva Shruyate. They are all energies of Krishna. They are displays of Krishna's effulgence. Just as, now listen, just as light, heat and smoke are displays of fire. Heat को लो, light को लो, smoke को लो, क्या मिला आपको? Fire. ये एक प्राकृतिक उदाहरण है, material example है ये, but very nice example. Just as light, heat and smoke are displays of fire. Now listen please. None of them are separate from fire. If light says I'm separate from fire, it makes sense? No. But we are saying We don't want Krishna. I'm happy. I want to live happily ever after here. That is like saying, light is saying, I have nothing to do with that fire. Arre Baba, you're originating from fire. Fire se nikle ho light. Hosh mein aao. Imagine light is saying, I don't believe fire exists. That's what we say. I don't believe. I am atheist. I don't believe God exists. Idhar se hai Bhagwan se nikle hai. And keh rahe ki I don't believe God exists. Hare Krishna. None of them are separate from fire. All of them combined together to be called fire. Similarly, all phenomenal manifestations as well as the effulgence of the body of Vasudeva, Brahmajyoti, are his impersonal features. Whereas he eternally exists in his transcendental form called Satchid Ananda Vigraha. Goloka Eva Nivasati Akhilatma Bhuto. He's Akhilatma Bhuto. He's everywhere. But that's an impersonal form. Now let me ask you a question. This material world is a personal form of God or impersonal form of God? Abhi to padha. Impersonal. Brahmajyoti personal form of Lord or impersonal? Impersonal. Shama Sundar. Tribhanga Lalit. Ghanasham Krishna. Personal or impersonal? Personal. Yes, this is the system. They're all coming from Vasudeva. Okay. This is the meaning of Bahunam Janmanam Ante Jnanavan Mam Prapadate Vasudeva Sarvamiti. He understands that सब वासुदेव से आ रहा है. ये सब mountains, rivers, oceans, देवी, देवता, ब्रह्म ज्योति, सब वैकुंठ planet, सब भगवान का प्रकाश है. वासुदेव सर्वमिति. सब महात्मा सुदुर्लभ. 2 minutes are there. We'll do one more verse. Okay. 15. Narayana paraveda deva narayanangajaha Narayana paraloka Narayana paramakha. The Vedic literatures are made by and meant for the Supreme Lord. Narayana paraveda. The demigods are also meant for serving Lord Krishna as parts of his body. Deva Narayanangaja. Unke hi anga hai. The different planets are also meant for the sake of Krishna. Sarvaloka Maheshwaram. Narayana Paraloka. And different sacrifices are performed just to please Lord Narayan. Narayana Paramakha. Sacrifices, planets, Devata, demigods, demigoddesses, and the Vedic literature. Everything is meant to serve Krishna. You see, in the 10th canto of Srīmad Bhāgavatam, even the Vedas in the personified form, they come and they offer prayers. Stuti. Veda Stuti. Even the Vedas personified became gopis. Shrutichari gopis in the Raslila. One category of gopis. Purport. According to the Vedanta Sutras, Shastra Yonitvat. The phrase is Shastra Yonitvat. The Supreme Lord Krishna is the author of all revealed scriptures. Vedanta Krit, Vedavid Evachaham. And all revealed scriptures are for knowing the Supreme Lord. Vedasya Sarvar Aham Eva Vedya. I am to be known. Veda means knowledge that leads to Krishna, the Supreme Lord. So MBBS is Ved, BTech, MTech Ved, MBA Ved, PhD Ved. Prabhupada saying, Veda means knowledge that leads to Krishna. The Vedas are made just to revive the forgotten consciousness. Krishna bhulya se jiva, anadi bahirmukha. Ata eva maya tare deha samsar dukh. Therefore, Prabhupada said, chant Hare Krishna and be happy. Dekho, Krishna bhulya se jiva, anadi bahirmukha. Ata eva maya tare deha samsar dukh. We are sad, sorrowful, suffering, miserable in this world. Why? Because we have forgotten Krishna. So what is the treatment? Remember Krishna. And what does Hare Krishna do? It reminds us of Krishna. So Prabhupada said, chant Hare Krishna means remember Krishna and be happy. Deha samsar dukh will stop. Simple. The Vedas are made just to revive the forgotten consciousness of the conditioned soul. And any literature not meant for reviving Krishna consciousness is rejected at once by the Narayana Para devotees. Such deluding books of knowledge, not having Narayana as their aim, are not at all knowledge, but are the playgrounds for crows who are interested in the rejected refuse of the world. Honeybee will go and drink honey and give honey. Does crow give honey? Crow, have you seen crow drinking nectar from flowers? Some squirrel or something is dead, rotting, decomposing. That is feast for the crow. So those people who are like crows, they take pleasure in non-Krishna conscious literature. Any book of knowledge, science or art, must lead to knowledge of Narayan. Otherwise, it must be rejected. The supreme worshipable deity is Narayan. The demigods are recommended secondarily for worship in relation to Narayan because the demigods are assisting hands in the management of the universal affair. Who is the worshipable deity? Lord Narayan. So question is, in the Shastra, why there is detailed descriptions of many demigod worships? Prabhupada is explaining. The demigods are recommended secondary worship. Why? Because of their relationship to Narayan. Because the demigods are assisting hands of Lord Narayan in universal affairs. And who are the assisting hands of Radha and Krishna in Golok Vrindavan? The Manjaris, the Sakhis, Vrinda Devi, the Gopas. But in the material world, it is the demigods. They are in the universal affairs. As the officers of a kingdom are respected due to their relationship to the king. Once a person retires, they will not get the government car, they will not get the servants and everyone. As long as you are on the kursi, you are on the powerful position, the facilities are there. As officers of a kingdom are respected due to their relationship to the king, the demigods are worshipped due to their relationship to Lord Krishna. Without Lord Krishna's relation, worship of demigods is unauthorized, avidhipurvakam. Ye api anya devata bhakta yante shraddhayanvitaha te api mameva kaunteya yanti avidhipurvakam. It is avidhipurvak, it is wrong. Just as it is improper to water the leaves and branches of a tree without watering the roots. You deprive the roots and you just soak the leaves in water. Will that help? No, doesn't make sense. So, yatha taror mula nishechanena triptantya skanda bhujopashaka. So we have to worship Krishna. Yastu Narayana Deva Brahma Rudradi Devatai Samatveneva Vikshepa Sa Pashandi Bhavet Dhruvam. In Padma Puran, it is said that who is a Pashandi, who is an atheist? Yastu Narayana Deva Brahma Rudradi Devatai Samatveneva. One who considers that Brahma and Rudra are the same platform as Narayan, that person is a Pashandi. One who thinks demigods are on the same level as Narayan, that person is an atheist. How can that be? Ekela Ishvara Krishna Ara Sara Bhritya. They are all servants of Krishna. Different, bottom of the page, second last line. Different kinds of sacrifice are performed just to satisfy Lord Narayan. Samsiddhi Haritoshanam. With a view to reach him. And the best sacrifice recommended in this age of Kali is Sankirtan Yajna, the mainstay of devotional service of a Narayana Para devotee. Narayana Para Sarve. Na Kutaschana Bibhyati. Swarga Apavarga Narkeshu Apitulyat Darshanam. Because wherever the devotee is, the devotee will engage in Harinam Sankirtan. Golokera Premadhan, Harinam Sankirtan. In Golok Vrindavan also Harinam Sankirtan. In this world also Harinam Sankirtan. So for a devotee, it doesn't make a difference. Whatever happens, a devotee is always safe. So I will stop here. Sorry, went a little slow, but some very nice Siddhanta is being described by Lord Brahma and elaborated upon by Srila Prabhupada. So I wanted to make sure you all understood that. So we'll take questions now. Because it is late and I just came actually from another city, I'll take only 1 or 2 questions. So Shama Vallavi Mataji, please go ahead. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Thank you for the wonderful class, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna, Dandrat Pranams. Prabhuji, Jivas belong to this marginal potency means it tells about the Nitya Baddhas. Is my understanding correct, Prabhuji? It talks about because the Nitya Siddhas are always in the spiritual world. They are not attracted to the material world at all. So
yes. Okay, continue.
So this Jivas belong to the marginal potency means it talks only about the conditioned souls. Is my understanding correct?
Partially correct, Mataji. See, Jaiva Dharma clearly explains Jiva is of two types, Nitya Siddha and Baddha. Nitya Siddhas also are categorized as marginal. Nitya Siddha are also categorized as marginal, but they are completely ashrit, completely sheltered by the Swarup Shakti, the Chit Shakti, the Antaranga Shakti. Okay. Whereas the Baddha Jiv, they have taken ashray of the Achit Jagat, this material world. But all Jivas, whether they are Nitya Siddha or they are Baddha, they are categorized under marginal potency, according to Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur in Jaiva Dharma.
Okay.
And marginal potency is an offshoot of the Antaranga Shakti. Is that clear, Mataji?
Because I thought that Nitya Siddhas, they never, they are always in the spiritual world. I thought that way. Okay, Prabhuji, now I
No, they are always in the spiritual world. That understanding is correct. They are always in the spiritual world. But a Jiva is always categorized under the Tatastha Shakti. Now there are certain personalities like Lalita Sakhi, Vishakha Sakhi, Rupa Manjari, Ananga Manjari. They are directly manifestations of Radharani's own body. But still they are categorized as Jivas only. All Nitya Siddha Jivas, they have never been to the material world. They are always in the spiritual world with Radha and Krishna. Even if they come to the material world, they come as part of Krishna's Leela. When Krishna comes, they come. When Mahaprabhu comes, they come, like that. They come as part of Leela, but they are always Daivi Prakriti Ashrita. They are always covered by the Yogamaya of Krishna. They are never affected by the material potency, the Nitya Siddhas. They are always liberated. They are never Baddha.
Okay, Prabhuji.
Okay? So your understanding is correct that Nitya Siddhas are always in the spiritual world.
And this verse which we read is similar to that verse. Now, Prabhuji, I reminded of that Nara, what we studied in this first canto, Narayana Paraveda, Vasudeva Paraveda, Vasudeva Paramaka. Similar to that.
Very similar. Very similar. Yes. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Saroja Nandini Mataji, please go ahead. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Very beautiful explanation about the 14th verse. I wanted to clarify one or two sentences in the purport. That here it is mentioned that the external, internal, or marginal potencies of the Lord. I'm sorry. All things, whether products of the external, internal, or marginal potencies of the Lord, are simply displays of the same effulgence of the Lord. So here Krishna is trying to explain that the material, the gross and subtle ingredients, the material elements, as well as the jivas and everything is coming from him. So originally they are not contaminated, but in the material world, the jiva, because of his freedom, forgets his constitutional position, right? Is that what? Okay, yes. So this is kind of similar to what Krishna explains in the 3rd canto, that as soon as the child is in the womb, it realizes that, it doesn't want to come into the material world. It is pleading in the 7th month or so, it is pleading to the Lord that, I don't want to go. But as soon as the child touches the material world, he forgets everything and then, okay.
Yes. Very similar to that.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Prabhu.
Very nice connection with that. Yeah. Thank you.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Thank you.
Hare Krishna. Last question, Vatsala Mataji.
Prabhu.
Hare
Krishna, Prabhu. I am very slow in understanding a lot of things. You said you were comparing something with the heat, light, and smoke. They are all part of fire. And then in the same token, you were saying impersonal form of God. And I'm just kind of little confused, or I think my mind is drawing blank.
No. So fire gives rise to light, heat, and smoke. Similarly, Krishna is like fire. The light is compared to Brahma Jyoti, the Brahma that is coming. Smoke is compared to the material world. So like that. Brahma Jyoti is a effulgence of Krishna. So it can be compared to the light coming from fire. And this dark material world is like the smoke or soot that comes out of the fire. Like that.
So the whole material world is the impersonal form of God?
Yes.
Why I cannot understand that? I mean, it's just, I'm so hazy.
Okay,
it's
just
not
very simple. What is the material world made up of? It is made up of earth, water, fire, air, ether. These are all Krishna's separated energies. They're all Shaktis. So it is not a personal form of Krishna. Therefore, it is an impersonal expansion of Krishna. Ek Bhu Shakti hai. One Bhu Shakti is there. There is one Agni Shakti. There is Vayu. There is Jal. Like that. There are different energies of Krishna. But they are not personal form of Krishna. They are different from the personal form of Krishna. Therefore, they are considered to be impersonal expansions of Krishna. Just like Brahma Jyoti is impersonal expansion of Krishna, this whole material manifestation also is a dark, impersonal manifestation of Krishna. Because we don't see Krishna directly in water, in earth, in fire, in air. But Krishna's form is very beautiful. 2 lotus eyes, slender arms, very beautiful lotus feet, black curly hair, like that. So that is a personal form of Krishna. And all these things that are coming out of Krishna, they are all impersonal. Okay.
So what I understand from the conversation, the reading is, what Prabhupada says, he has done a brilliant job. The thing is, even though we are given the opportunity, we are given freedom, but our internally we should be focused, or internally we are geared to Krishna, right? Yes. Even though we are struggling in this material world and a lot of things are pulling us away from Krishna, still our natural potency is to go back to Krishna. We have to be blissful. So that's where we are hoping for, right?
Yes.
Okay.
We have to turn to Krishna.
Okay.
This material world, we are in the wrong place.
Prabhu, it's not easy though. You know, even though we may try to do a lot of things, it's not very easy to get out of the situation. We may be reading Bhagavatam, but I mean, our mind always is defocused. You know, it's not really 100% focused.
That is because of lack of chanting, Mataji. Because of lack of chanting. Yes, it is because of lack of chanting. Actually, it is very easy. Very easy.
Prabhu, even though we are chanting,
Krishna is very sulabha.
Prabhu, what I don't understand is, even though we may be thinking, oh, we are chanting, and then immediately something happens to us, and I don't know why, I don't know what Krishna is doing, or it is our own mistake. Sometimes we may think, oh, we are chanting, really, it's going good, and then all of a sudden everything is going down the drain.
Yeah, because we thought that everything is going good. We have to be humble. Dinera Ādi Gadādhara Dāsa Bhagavan. See, only unless and until we are Trinatapi Sunichena, Kirtane Sada Hari will not happen. Kirtane Sada Hari comes later on. Humility comes.
Prabhu, I was traveling, you know.
We should always think that, suppose we chant 64 rounds, we should think, Krishna has got it done from me. My Guru Maharaj got it done from me. Nimittam Attra Bhava Savyasa. We are simply instrument. Yantra. The yantra doesn't take any credit. So a surgical instrument might have performed many heart transplant surgeries, but the instrument, nobody gives credit. Nobody pays the instrument. The insurance company doesn't pay the instrument. They pay the surgeon. So surgeon is Gurudev. All glories to Guru. We say, no, all glories, Shri Guru, Shri Gauranga. They are the surgeons. We are simply instruments.
So what is the prescription, Prabhu?
No
What is it we have to do? I mean, it comes naturally though. We love Krishna, but sometimes why we are being so entangled and why our things are not being fructified. I mean, we think whenever we go, we are supposed to do 24 hours. But sometimes it's always hindrances. When you are saying, oh, okay, Krishna is being good, he's gearing me toward this energy, my energy is in the right direction. And then everything stops, and then I have to start all over again. Like it is going repeatedly the way it is going.
See, Vatsala Mataji, listen carefully. You have to go to 108th floor of the Empire State Building. Which floor? 108th floor of Empire State Building you have to go. Start from the ground floor in the elevator. Initially, when the elevator starts, you feel a little jerk. Once you're going, you're talking to me and you're saying, it's so difficult. I'm not going up only. I don't see the 108th floor. It's so difficult. It's so difficult. But you're not realizing, because you're chanting Hare Krishna, you are going up and up and up and up and up. You just wait. You will close your eyes in this material world, you will die. And you'll open your eyes in the spiritual world. If you follow the prescription. You asked, what is the prescription? The prescription is given by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself in Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita. Very beautiful prescription. Same prescription Prahlad Maharaj gives in 7th canto of Srīmad Bhāgavatam also. Mahaprabhu Chaitanya Dev says, listen carefully, Bhajanera madhye shrestha nava vidha bhakti Krishna prema Krishna dite dhare mahashakti Tara madhye sarva shrestha nama sankirtan Nirapradhe nama lele pabe prema dhan. Now listen carefully. Bhajanera madhye shrestha nava vidha bhakti. In bhajan, the best is the 9 processes of bhakti, like hearing Harikatha from Srila Prabhupada, chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra in Japa. You join our morning classes every morning in Japa. 2 hours you chant with us. Throughout the day you keep chanting. Whenever you get opportunity, you go to Mukta Sangha Prabhu and you attend his classes, you attend Kirtan with sincere devotees. Don't get involved in the politics. I know. Don't get involved. Don't bother your brain with anything anybody is doing wrong. Don't bother. Your life is very short. Now Prabhuji has already departed. You have got limited days in this world. Get involved with other people's mistakes. Devotees who are good examples, devotees who are representing Srila Prabhupada, devotees who are representing the nice principles you learned from your father, those devotees you follow, those who are good examples, associate with them, hear from them, hear Srila Prabhupada's lectures, hear Srila Bhakti Charu Swami Maharaj's Kirtans lectures. In this way you nourish yourself through hearing, chanting, Kirtan, Japa, hearing Harikatha, reading Prabhupada's books. Even you understand, don't understand, no problem. You hear and you read and you chant. Okay? Do only this. Stay away from social media, stay away from distractions, and make friendship with sincere devotees only. Bhajanera madhya shrestha navavida bhakti. Krishna prem, Krishna dite, dhare mahashakti. There is tremendous power. It is pulling you up in the elevator to the 108th floor. You are not realizing it, but you are going. You are going up. Neha vikrama nashosti pratyavayana vidyate. There is no loss in this path. Every Hare Krishna Mahamantra you chant is taking you one foot up, 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 up. You are going. But in the elevator, you are not realizing it. But you are going up. Every mantra you chant, every page of Bhagavad Gita you read, every Harikatha you hear from Srila Prabhupada and Srila Bhakti Charu Swami Maharaj, you are making advancement. You are coming closer to your goal. Krishna prema, Krishna dite, dhare mahashakti. Very powerful, and it will give you Krishna. You will get Krishna in this life. You will get Krishna. What is the most important of this bhajan? Tar madhya sarvashresh nam sankirtan. With all your heart you chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra. That is the most important limb of bhakti. And nir aparadhe nama lele. If you keep away from the temple politics, if you keep away from criticism, if you keep away from seeing faults in others, nir aparadhe nama lele, pabe prem dhan. You will attain Krishna's lotus feet very quickly. Prabhu kahe Vaishnav seva nam sankirtan duikara shighra pabe Shri Krishna charan. Very quickly you will attain the lotus feet of Krishna if you serve the devotees and you chant Hare Krishna. If you chant Hare Krishna more and more and more, increase your rounds, all these doubts, all these questions will vanish, they will evaporate, they will dissipate, they will go away, and you will hit a highway where you're cruising. There is no disturbance. There is no problem. Tasyam Sulabha Partha. You will see Krishna is Sulabh. You will see Guru Maharaj is Sulabh. They are with you every day of your life. Right now, we are stuck in traffic. Too much traffic of the mind is causing distraction. And previous, you're asking why it is difficult. Na? Again, you ask why it is so difficult. It is difficult because of previous conditionings. But leave them behind. Forget. Remember only the positive things in life. Forget the negatives. And you just move ahead. You know, we are stuck in traffic. Very soon you will hit the ramp and you will merge into the highway of Krishna consciousness. Progress in Krishna consciousness. And then it's a smooth ride. It's a cruise control. You are under the control of Radharani. You are under the control of Guru Maharaj. You are acting as they are saying. They are managing everything. You just keep your lane. Don't leave. Like Srila Bhakti Charu Maharaj would say, don't leave. Just stay here. If a mango may be very sour, maybe very kacha, but if the mango remains on the tree, it's just a matter of time. It is going to become ripe. You will become a ripe devotee. You will be accepted by Krishna. You will bear the fruits of Krishna Prem. You just have faith in Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Srila Prabhupada and Srila Bhakti Charu Swami Maharaj, your Guru Maharaj. And you chant Hare Krishna, chant more and more. Don't be satisfied with 16 rounds. Sripad Ayendra Prabhu would say, chanting begins after the 16th round. Chanting begins after the 16th round. Chant more. Nirantar Naam. You chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra like a mad lady, like a mad woman. Chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. And you see what happens. All questions will go away. All doubts will go away. And you'll hit cruise control on highway. And then Krishna will be within reach by Krishna's mercy. Don't criticize anybody. Don't see faults in others. Associate with devotees like Mukta Sangha Prabhu, who are good examples.
Yes, Prabhu.
Okay? You please have faith in my words and you will
get. Thank you, Prabhu, because, you know, I always have tears in my eyes. You know, I mean, I'm trying and trying. I'm doing the worshipping every day. I'm doing the things, but still I see the stumbling block. I don't know, something, is it my own creation or something? Mind is, you know, acting up this way.
It is because you are considering yourself separate from Prabhupada and Srila Bhakti Charu Swami Maharaj. If you place yourself at their lotus feet and you consider yourself to be their daughter, then this stumbling blocks will go away. I can show you. Remind me. I will share a letter on the WhatsApp group where Srila Prabhupada wrote. One devotee, listen carefully, everyone, please. Srila Prabhupada was responding to the letter of a devotee. The devotee said exactly what you are saying, Vatsala Mataji. There are too many stumbling blocks in my bhakti. You want to hear Srila Prabhupada's answer? Say Hari Bol if you want to hear Prabhupada's answer.
Hari Bol. I'm crying now.
Srila Prabhupada said, with one kick of mine, I will kick away Maya from your life. I will kick away all these stumbling blocks. You don't have to worry. You just surrender to me. Guru Meherban, to Chela Pehlwan. Are, who is Guru? Our Guru is that personality who has brought Kali Yuga on his knees. Our Guru is that personality who has Dina Hina Yatachilo, Hari Name Uddharilo. Pura east and west hemisphere of the world, Prabhupada has traveled and saved the world. In the history of mankind, there has not been an Acharya like Srila Prabhupada.
Yes.
And we are his grandchildren. And a grandfather is more merciful, more compassionate, more doting, more forgiving to the grandchildren than his own children. Yes or no?
Yes.
Your grandmother, you know.
Yeah.
Our grandfather is Srila Prabhupada. We should have this confidence in Srila Prabhupada and don't consider yourself separate from Srila Prabhupada. You are his granddaughter. Prabhupada is yours and you are Prabhupada's. Complete faith you should have. Yamraj will never, Yamdut will never come near you. If you consider yourself to be Prabhupada's granddaughter. Just have this complete, like how anybody asks, what is Gotra? Immediately, Achyut Gotra. Nahi, I don't have any other family. Prabhupada is my grandfather. My Gurudev is my father. This is my family. If you be in this mood, remaining days of your life, you just chant and you follow what Mahaprabhu said, which I quoted, all your obstacles will go away. Don't worry. Be confident and don't consider yourself separate from Prabhupada. The moment you consider separate from Prabhupada, then stumbling blocks will come. Confidence will shake. When you're in the light of Guru and Gauranga, then there is no fear. We get afraid when there is darkness, correct?
Yeah.
But when there is light, there is no darkness. We can see things are there. So be in the light of Prabhupada. Be in the light of Prabhupada's books. Be in the light of Prabhupada's Nam Jap. Be in the light of Prabhupada's lectures and kirtans. Be in the light of Srila Bhakti Charu Swami Maharaj's Kripa. Be in the light of Bhāgavatam. Shelter of Gauranga Mahaprabhu. Take shelter of Nityananda Prabhu. There is nobody more merciful than them. Nityananda Prabhu will reveal everything to you. Just be confident and carry on very nicely, Mataji. You are doing very well, and in whatever way I can serve you, I am always there for you.
Thank you, Prabhu. Thank you so much.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhu. I appreciate your talk. Thank you.
Hare Krishna. Okay,
Thank
dear, I'll stop here. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Granthara Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai.
Jai.
Hare Krishna Mahamantra ki jai.
Jai.